This is part one of a two-part series on GeoTab Drive, ELD, and DVIR training. Hello, my name is Lynn Rios, and I want to welcome everyone to Fleetistics training webinar for GeoTab Drive. We've got a lot of ground to cover today, and I want to be sure I don't leave anything out, so I'm going to be holding questions until the end of the presentation. I expect it's going to take us about 30 minutes to cover this material. That'll leave us plenty of time for questions and answers at the end. If you have a question, you can go ahead and type it into the chat box so that you don't forget it. Now, you've probably already installed the app on your mobile device, but I'll be covering that quickly as well, just in case we have some attendees that have not. I want to draw your attention to the web page that I'm on. This is a page that you may want to bookmark. We've set up a help page for drivers and administrators. The address is www.fleetistics.com/drive. A nice, easy to remember URL. I'm also going to provide it in the chat window so that everyone will have easy access to it. On this page, we cover a lot of the material that we're covering here today, but in a summary view. There's a link on the page to register for this course, just in case you have some drivers at your company that have not registered yet. You may want to share the page with them. Now, the first thing it shows you how to do on this page is how to download the Drive app. There's a link to both the Apple and the Android versions, and I'll show them both to you quickly. You do need to be viewing on the appropriate device to see the install button, otherwise it won't populate. Make sure that you're looking at the GeoTab Drive app. The logo has two hands on the steering wheel that form a G. If you install the My GeoTab app instead, you're going to have the wrong one. So once you're sure that you have the right app, tap to install, and your device will do the rest for you. Once that app opens, you'll be taken to the login page. Now, the first time that you log in, you're going to need three things: your username, your database name, and your password. In most cases, your username will be your email address, but some companies may use an employee number or nickname. You can only get email notifications through the system if you're using an email address for your username. Your ELD administrator will have made those decisions and should have provided you with the credentials that you need to log in. If not, you'll need to get with them to get these three things before you can log in. A little further down the page, there's a quick review of the workflow. What's going to happen once you log in? A quick review of what's on your dashboard, and a variety of video links that are also available to you in the ELD Info app that we'll be talking about later. These are task-oriented, quick videos that allow you to easily find and learn what you need to know and get back to work as quickly as possible. So let's move on to the login page. You'll notice that there is an Options button in the upper right-hand corner of the form. The first time you log in, you'll need to enter your database name. Start by tapping on that Options button, and it will open the field needed to enter the database. The server name does not need to be entered. It will populate on its own. Once you do this the first time, the app will remember your database name and server, and all you'll need to enter is your username. Hit Next, and then your password. Then go ahead and tap the Login button, and it is going to take you to the first step in the workflow, selecting a vehicle. This is part of a predetermined workflow that you will go through to make sure all of the required actions have been taken before delivering you to the HOS dashboard ready to drive. The app will display nearby vehicles, or you can start typing in your vehicle name, and the app will display the available choices from your database. After I select my vehicle, the next thing presented to me is the trailer selection screen. I can remove trailers I no longer have attached and attach new ones, or if I'm not attaching a trailer now, I can continue with no trailer attached. To remove a trailer, just tap the X. To attach a trailer, begin typing in the name of the trailer and select it from the list, then tap Continue. The next screen prompts you to attach and remove shipments in the same way as trailers. You may have multiple shipments, and as you add and remove shipments, they'll be associated with the stops that you make. To add a new shipment, simply tap New Shipment and complete the form. All of this information is important to complete so that it will be included in your records of duty status. Now I have my trailer attached, I have my previous shipment dropped off and my new shipment attached, and I'm ready to be on my way. The next thing that happens is I'm presented with any previous logs that have not been verified. I can choose to verify all days or individual days, or I can skip that step until I've had a chance to review the logs. Verifying the log is your certification that the information is correct. Certifying is the same as signing a paper log. I'm going to go ahead and skip over this for now. We'll come back to this in a few minutes. It will now show me any automatic logs that were generated when my vehicle was driven that are not currently assigned to a driver. If these are my logs, I can assign them to myself. If not, I can skip them. But once I claim them, they can't be reassigned. So be careful to only claim logs that belong to you. The on-duty and driving logs are paired, so when selected, you get both of them. I'll skip that for now so that we can look at it when we talk a little bit more about edits. Next in the workflow is the vehicle inspection, or DVIR. The previous inspection is certified, then the new inspection form will open. As soon as I tap to inspect the vehicle, I'm going to be placed on duty, as that is an on-duty activity. You'll notice that all of the primary vehicle systems are listed, and when you select one, a submenu of items opens up. If there are no defects, you can tap the No Defects button and move to the next step. Tick the box by anything you feel is defective, and a remarks field will open if you need to add any notes. A future release will also allow you to add images if something requires more detail. I'm going to go ahead and just make some selections here now so that when we get to the next step where you actually see the DVIR report, I can show you how we're going to handle the repair part of that. Next, you must select if this is a pre-trip or post-trip inspection. In a future release, in-trip will be available as well. You can add additional remarks if needed, and tap Done, then Sign to complete the vehicle inspection. If you have attached a trailer, the trailer inspection will then be presented and handled in exactly the same manner. You'll notice if I forget to select pre-trip or post-trip, It won't let me move on to the next step. Once the inspections are done, you'll land on your dashboard. Notice it shows I'm on duty, that there is a defect that needs to be addressed. We have a small repair to do before we drive, so let's tap DVIR to resolve the defect. I add a remark that I have cleaned the lenses, mark repaired, and save the repair. Now my DVIR is complete, and I can navigate back to my dashboard. Let's review quickly what is on the dashboard. And I'm going to take a moment to show you what a dashboard might look like on another type of device. If you're using an iPad, the layout may be a little different, but all the same functions will be available. Now back to our smartphone layout dashboard. When I begin to drive, it will automatically move me to the HOS screen and display the countdown of my drive time to keep me aware of when I'm due for rest and breaks. If I need to, I can tap on HOS to go there, and I can manually put myself into any of the available statuses. Navigating back to the dashboard, the DVIR button will return me to the inspection options. The Messages button will display any messages from my dispatcher if that feature is being used. And there are also a variety of other available apps that your company may choose to use that will be displayed in this section. The ELD Info app is one I recommend for everyone. The ELD Info app includes all of the in-vehicle documents you are required to have in cab with you. If you're asked for a document at a roadside inspection, you can just tap the button and display the document. Even the applicable code that says electronic documents are compliant is linked to in the app. There are workflow documents in this app that cover the information we're talking about today, release notes on upcoming changes to the software, and a link to a series of how-to videos, the same videos we provided on the fleetistics.com/drive page I showed you earlier. From the app, use the back button in the upper left-hand corner to return to the dashboard. Now below the apps is a block that identifies the current vehicle and trailer assigned. Below that is the inspection icon. This is what you'll use when you have a roadside inspection. Be sure to watch part 2 for what to do at a roadside inspection, editing logs, and more.